What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast. It is the Roundtable Network News, episode number 15, and I'm going to call this the Monday Night Raw edition. I'm your boy, the franchise. That's your boy, Double J, Josh James. Hey, let's talk about this, man, because Jesus Christ. Can we talk about an amazing show?
Yeah, that was a legit fun show. Even though it was 3 hours, it went by in a flash.
We only have 4 matches on the show, which was really crazy.
Yeah.
But all the background stuff, the drones, the building, the Intuit Dome selling out, making, I guess, marking the number one most profitable gate for an arena show in the history of WWE again. Jesus Christ, man, it was great.
The whole background, like, with the crowd and the seats, when they would be the red lights on the seats, when Jay came out and yeeting, the lights would go with the beat to it. Everything was amazing. The camera shots were well shot, and the matches were really fun to watch.
I mean, we're talking 3 hours of wrestling, man, and it went by so quick. It was a pay-per-view. Let's start out by talking about when the show opened. It opened with that huge screen above the ring. I mean, covering the ring. Triple H is in the screen.
Yep.
Triple H kicks off the show, talks about all the great things that are going to line up tonight. And then after Triple H left the ring, who comes out but The Rock?
Who's now babyface?
I don't know, because The Rock came out and he put over the company. He put over Netflix. He put over the Intuit Dome. He basically told everybody what the number was for the Intuit Dome. And then, strange enough, The Rock compliments Cody Rhodes.
Now, this wasn't Final Boss The Rock. This was not The Rock. This was Dwayne Johnson.
This was Dwayne Johnson out there. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was, like I said, it was just a great show. One of the things that I want to talk about, courtesy of Mike Johnson from PW Insider. Okay, let's just go ahead and get that out of the way.
Okay.
The negative reaction from Hulk Hogan.
What are you talking about, brother? They weren't booing me, brother.
WWE Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan was one of the most important performers in the history of professional wrestling in LA, but LA didn't give a shit last night. Hogan came out, basically was doing a live promo, part of the new deal he has with the WWE.
Is it bad to say that I legitimately felt sorry for him?
Well, look, the crowd literally was saying F Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I know.
F Hulk Hogan. And they were booing him. He had Jimmy Hart out there waving the American flag, and everyone knows that Hulk Hogan is a Donald Trump supporter, and there's been a lot of rumors about Hulk being racist and things like that. Well, let me tell you, brother, Los Angeles, brother, it was just like New York, Madison Square Garden, brother. They didn't give a about Hogan last night.
When he came out, I was like thinking, like, okay, there's a little bit of booze and all, but the booze got louder. I was like, oh God, Hogan, get out, leave, go.
The more
go.
Hogan talked, the worse it got.
I was legitimately in my head saying, Hulk, just leave, get out while you still can. But he just kept going. He just kept going, and I felt bad for Jimmy Hart too.
Man, shout out to Jimmy Hart for taking it, because that was horrible, man.
Yeah.
Oh man. So let's go ahead and let's talk about the card that was on hand for Raw on Netflix, because it was a good show. I mean, honestly, 4 matches,
legit great matches.
4 matches on the card. So we talk about the SmackDown review. Let's talk about the results.
Okay.
I'm not SmackDown, Raw results. Well, wait a minute, give me a second. I want to look something up real quick before we go any further.
Okay.
Because that premiere show on Netflix was outstanding, man.
It legitimately was.
So we had CM Punk in the main event of the Raw show. CM Punk defeats Seth Rollins in a great back and forth match. This match was amazing. 10 out of 10, bro. 10 out of 10.
I'm so glad this was the main event.
This was, and it's crazy because we started the show off with tribal warfare, tribal combat. Roman Reigns defeats Solo Sikoa to win the Ula Fala, gets it back, and when Paul Heyman handed the Ulafala to The Rock put it on Roman, and basically what it boiled down to is this: Roman's father and uncle Sika and Afa gave him the Ulafala.
Yes.
They're both gone. So now The Rock, who is legitimately now a high chief in the Samoan heritage and Samoan culture,
Yeah.
he presented him with the Ulafala. So great all around match. I wasn't bored at all during that match.
I was not either. I was excited from start to finish. I enjoyed the show from start to finish. Usually, we were actually like before even Netflix even started, like in the weekend, we were talking about like, oh, we're not looking forward for 3 hours. Oh, we're not gonna watch 3 hours. We're just gonna wait till the main event, then we'll go live. I'm glad we stayed and recorded from the beginning because that whole show was great. Our reactions were fun.
The aesthetics was amazing.
Yeah, everything was fun about that show. But I agree what you said last night. I am curious what next week might be.
Yeah, because see, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. We have 4 matches on the show. We have 3 hours of John Cena content, Rock content. Travis Scott was there. Travis Scott came out with Jey Uso. Jey Uso, Drew McIntyre, phenomenal match.
They had really good chemistry.
Great chemistry. You were so right last night. You said they had great chemistry. The fact that Jey Uso was coming out to the ring and he was yeeting in the crowd, and then Travis Scott was smoking a blunt.
That was funny. That made me laugh, but I think Michael Cole trying to yeet on the announce table was the funniest part.
Yeah. Well, they did a backstage promo after the show during the post show, which is crazy. They actually had a post show, like a pay-per-view.
I know, right?
This literally was a Monday Night Raw pay-per-view style, and I think Triple H said every Raw is going to be that way on Netflix, so that's going to be awesome.
But also, that's a challenge too.
That is a challenge
because not all of them is going to hit a home run. Some of them are going to fumble, which normally happens with WWE. Like, it starts off great, then there'll be a fumble here and there. So, but I think Triple H is up for that challenge to make.
Well,
Raw.
next week has a lot of high-profile matches, which is great, but you can't do that every week. It's gonna be rough.
Yeah, exactly.
Jey Uso defeats Drew McIntyre in a phenomenal 5-star match.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a new WWE Women's World Champion as Rhea Ripley destroys Liv Morgan. I love Liv Morgan. 100% turnaround from last year. She has improved so much. She has become a GOAT in women's wrestling. So shout out to Liv Morgan, man. Dirty Dom gets kicked in his dirty ding-a-ling, as Pat McAfee said live on the show. Very funny. But then The Undertaker, we're talking American Badass Undertaker, rides his motorcycle down to the ring.
Hey, Rhea, you want to join my Judgment Day?
Right. Circles the ring, rolls up right next to Rhea, and they give The Undertaker's pose.
I was kind of hoping that Taker would have got off the bike and just give it to
Rhea. Give the bike to Rhea, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool gimmick for her to come down with.
Yeah.
Maybe Australian badass.
maybe for Mania, something like that for her.
Yeah.
I guarantee they're going to give her a WrestleMania entrance this year.
Well, Rhea Ripley is your new WWE Women's World Champion, 2-time. Did we get John Cena, who came out?
Before you go to Cena, I want to ask you, now since that rivalry between Liv and Rhea is done, where does Liv go from here now?
I mean, we're going to have the returning Becky Lynch with Liv, seeing how Liv's the one that sent her into retirement, so to speak.
Yeah. Because I don't want Liv to get lost in the shuffle. Like, after a big feud like this, I don't want her to get lost because, like you said, she has been legitimately, like, had her best work so far since she turned heel. This is the best she's been.
Yeah.
And I don't want that to go to waste.
I appreciate her and everything that she's done. 100%. Liv Morgan is fucking phenomenal. I think John Cena. John Cena basically says that he is going to the Rumble. He is winning the Rumble.
He's my pick to win.
He's going to Elimination Chamber. He's winning Elimination Chamber, and he's going to WrestleMania and challenge either He's challenging for the world championship. 17-time world champion.
Woo.
Yeah, we can see that. We can see that.
Yeah.
And it just like I said, 4 matches. The show was great.
Mm-hmm.
We have a new women's world champion. The tribal combat match was great. Drew McIntyre versus Jey Uso, great. And then CM Punk. CM Punk did something, man, that I'm 100% loved. CM Punk dedicated his match to Chad Gilbert and Chris Bay.
I like that too. I did like that.
A lot of people don't know, but during the Raw Netflix post-game show, CM Punk was interviewed by Jackie Redmond. Punk dedicated his match to TNA star Chris Bay, who was still recovering from a broken neck, suffered last year while performing in Detroit, as well as CM Punk's close friend Chad Gilbert of the band Newfound Glory, who had been battling cancer for several years. Like, dude, CM Punk did that. That was really great. But in the same interview, he also declared himself for the Rumble. He said he was going to win the Rumble and he will challenge either Gunther. He called out Gunther and Cody Rhodes.
I like that.
CM Punk said he's
that.
46 years old. But that don't mean shit because he wants a shot at the World Championship. He says it's the best he's ever felt. I 100% love this CM Punk tonight.
Same here. We better get a CM Punk and John Cena stare down at the Rumble. We better get that. Like a little tease, a little hint of them going at it, maybe.
So here's my thought. I think Cena is going to win the Elimination Chamber.
And Punk's going to win the Rumble? I think
Punk's going to win the Rumble. And the reason why I say that is because if you notice, like when this all started, like every time they talk about CM Punk, they've been hyping CM Punk for the Elimination Chamber, not the Rumble.
That's true. That's true.
So I can see him win the Rumble, win the Elimination Chamber, and that'd be great.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, but that Hogan, that Hogan, I don't know, man. The Netflix era is here, baby.
Yeah.
So next week's Raw is set up right now. We're gonna have Live Valkyria challenging Dakota Kai in the finals to become the first ever WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion.
Dakota's gonna win.
We got Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser.
That'd be a great match.
We got Damian Priest and Finn Balor in a street fight.
Okay, cool.
And then we have Chad Gable taking on a mystery luchador. Which, if you watched the post show last night, Triple H was just like, "Y'all already know who it is." he literally was like,
"Y'all know who it is."
Like, he literally was like, "Yeah." Denise Salcedo goes, "And who's the mystery?" He goes, "Look, you guys already know who it is." Paul Levesque.
Thanks.
Paul Levesque throwing no shade. He didn't give a fuck. He was like, "You already know who it is." Yeah, I love it. But tonight, NXT Live at the Shrine Auditorium. The Rock will be at NXT.
That's going to be interesting because I don't think he's ever showed up on NXT before. So
I mean, his daughter is the
GM.
The GM. So I mean, let's go.
Yeah, so that'll be kind of interesting to check out.
Yeah, I think it'd be awesome. That's like I said, last night's show was great. Here's my thing. And I really just want people to understand it when I say this. SmackDown could have been a whole lot better.
Yes, I agree.
AEW, you could have been a whole lot better.
I agree.
Okay, like take lessons from what you saw here.
Because when we watched AEW on HBO Max the first night, it wasn't bad, but also it wasn't good. But from rewatching our reaction to it from AEW Dynamite and to Collision, everybody's reactions, especially everybody on the podcast, looked really bored. Yeah. And let me tell you something about last night's WWE Raw on Netflix. They spared no expense, man. The WWE revealed the official Penta will be coming to Raw, in a new vignette that aired. You had Endeavor had Ari Emanuel and TKO's Mark Shapiro sitting at ringside. A lot of stars were there: Kelly Osbourne, Eric Andre, Richard Gadd, Tiffany Haddish, Stephen Amell, Gabriel Iglesias was there.
Michael Che from Saturday Night Live, Ashton Kutcher, O'Shea Jackson Jr., aka Ice Cube Jr., Macaulay Culkin, Karen Culkin were there, Seth Green was there, Topanga, Danielle Fisher was there, the WWE's new resident hottie, Vanessa Hudgens was there, Wale was there.
Yeah.
Wale Mania, baby. But
You know,
I want you to pay attention to something real quick. I want you to think about this.
Okay.
The WWE has tipped their hand. They made a mistake, a huge mistake, a very, very huge mistake. You want to know what it was?
What was it?
The WWE already told you that unofficially Becky Lynch is coming back to Raw.
Oh, yeah, that's true. They did.
If you look at the video that they aired for the commercial for the 2026 Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia, Becky Lynch was in the video.
Yeah, I saw that. Okay, yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, they dropped their pants on that one. But, yeah. A lot of stuff happened last night, man. We can see her talk about it all day. It was such a great show.
Again, it's just like I'm a sucker when it comes to camera shots.
Oh,
the camera the drones, the shots on the show last night, the camera shots were just amazing, and I loved it. I just, like you said, we could talk about it all day, but got other stuff to talk about.
So let's go ahead and let's talk about tonight, live at the Shrine Auditorium, live on the CW Network. The Shrine Auditorium is a lovely building right next to USC. NXT New Year's Evil. I think I might watch that tonight if I can get my VPN to let me watch CW. So
I unfortunately won't be able to watch it.
Well, if I got my VPN to work, we can watch it together.
No, I mean, like, I won't be here.
Oh, you'll be working.
Yeah.
Oh, well, The Rock will appear tonight on the debut of the 2025 debut of NXT. The Rock will appear. The WWE NXT Championship is on the line as Trick Williams takes on Obafemi and resident Los Angeles Dojo member, friend of the channel, Eddie Thorpe.
Shout out
to Eddie Thorpe for the NXT Championship in a triple threat match. Then we have the NXT Women's Championship match, Roxanne Perez taking on Julia. WWE NXT Heritage Cup match, Lexis King taking on Charlie Dempsey. One fall, no time limit, sudden death rules.
Ooh, wow. Interesting.
Wow. So that's 1, 2, 3 matches on the show tonight. So yeah, we also have a fatal 4-way. In this fatal 4-way, we got Kalani Jordan versus Stephanie Vacura versus Lola Vice versus Cora Jade. The winner of that match will face the NXT North American Women's Champion for a championship match. We'll also have that Women's Champion right now in a 6-woman tag team match as Fatal Influence takes on Tatum Paxley, Gigi Dolan, and Shotzi Blackheart.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 solid matches on a 2-hour show. So yeah, let's see how that works out tonight in NXT live from the Shrine Auditorium. And Josh,
yes,
I know you said that you had a special.
Of wrestling history.
Let's go.
All right. On today's On Wrestling History, we're going all the way back to 1966.
Wow.
In St. Louis, Missouri, Gene Snitsky defeated Lou Thesz for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. He would go on to hold that title for 3 years. And then ECW held their final pay-per-view. Guilty as charged. And then we also got Triple H making his return after he torn his quad in Madison Square Garden. And another event happened, 2007, New Year's Revolution, where John Cena faced Umaga for the WWE Championship.
Umaga,
my bad.
Umaga.
That is wrestling history right now today.
Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us here live on episode.
No WCW, but no promises.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for joining us live on episode 15 of the Roundtable Network News. I am the franchise player, Double B Babbler. That is Double J Josh James. And just in case you guys didn't know, the WWE Vault released a full February 6, 1989 edition of Primetime Wrestling featuring Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Heenan. Go check that out, man.
Channel. I love that YouTube channel so much.
So do I. With that being said, have a nice day, guys.
Bye.